Jack, in terms of school, you went to school with some wicked people, man.
I don't know if I should say this, but I used to complain about this quite a lot, that I was never talked about. My school would always get written about, and they'd always be like, oh, you know, Tom Hiddleston went to this school, Emma Watson's school, but I was always like their dirty little secret. And so I would complain about that quite a lot in interviews and say, oh, it's so unfair, like, have I not achieved enough to be, you know, like, mentioned when they talk about this school?
Yeah.
And I banged on about that for quite some time. And then a year ago, there was a story about one of the teachers at the school, and he'd been found with some dodgy stuff on his laptop.
Oh, mate!
Front page of the Daily Mail, teacher at Jack Whitehall's school arrested.
Oh, wow!
I was like, why is it my school now?
Yeah. Nah.
I didn't even know the teacher, and it was like big picture of me, like I was his, like, muse.
The Daily Mail do that, though, man. OK. Yeah. Do you watch football?
I did watch the Euros, which I enjoyed. I went to the semi-final.
Yeah, I went to the semi-final. Denmark, that was a good vibe.
And I took my son and my nephews.
Yeah.
It's quite a rough environment when you're with like kids
It was
under
mad.
10. But I was just holding hands with my nephew, who's 9, and my son, who's 8, and we were just walking out of the stadium, and then this really drunk guy just comes out and goes, "Sorry, little soldiers, they fucked us." Come along, children. What are you talking about? We won. What are you talking about, you man?
So, Joel, our researchers have found out that you used to do a little bit of rapping when you were younger. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a very loose term of the word. I thought I was going to be a producer, like a music producer. I had a laptop.
Yeah.
And so I started recording sort of these raps on my computer in my mum's potting shed. And just in case if anyone thought I wasn't middle class.
Yeah.
My mum's got a potting shed.
So have you got a version of the song you can show us or something?
You know what? So, right, I found them fairly recently. This is genuinely, it's a song called Limelight.
Yeah.
I recorded it when I was 16.
Aww. Yeah.
And I sort of recorded it on GarageBand, you know.
Here it goes, Limelight, everybody, by Joel Dommett. Let's have a listen.
This is it. That's my mum on the piano, by the way.
What's your mum's name? What's your mum's name?
There's Penny Dommett.
Big up to a girl like Penny Dommett on the keys.
Penny Dommett on the keys.
This dirty feeling of being dismissed. I feel a missed the turning and I can't go back, but it feels so easy just staying on the same track. Smack, crack, twats and a bowler hat.
The best thing about that, if I did look to the future, I'd see myself on the Lateish show taking the piss out of the song.
But speaking of smashing things, Roisin, you were in Afterlife, which, according to Ricky Gervais, is the most watched British comedy in the world. Wow. How big is that, man?
It's a lot of fun.
Now, the second series came out in lockdown.
Yeah.
How was that?
You know, it had a big response. It wasn't until, like, after lockdown, it felt like a lot more people recognised me and stuff. I was in Marks & Spencer's and someone recognised me with a mask on, and I thought, well, I must have a very distinctive upper face. And then I said, oh, so you recognise me from my eyes? And he was like, no, I always see you in that horrible rain jacket. Where I live, and I thought, oh,
Looking like the with 10 cats.
Yeah.
I have the experiences that humble me sometimes. So I'll give you an example. It's like my neighbour. There's a guy who lives on the street and he's got this amazing garden. And so I walk past every day and I'm thinking to myself, do you know, I've never said hello to this guy and I've never said how nice his garden is. So I go up to him and I'm like, all right, mate, I like your garden. He's like, oh, thank you very much. Really nice garden. I've been making it for a few years, I have.
Yeah.
And so chatting to him, you know, having banter over bluebells or whatnot. And at the end, I said to him, you know, anyway, what's your name? And he went, well, my name's Peter. And he said to me, what's your name? And I said, well, my name's Munya. You know, maybe thinking he'd go away, look at some of the videos, whatnot. So a few days later, I walk down the street and I see him now. I'm like, yeah, he knows by now. He's seen COVID. And I'm like, morning, Peter. And he's like, morning, Mumby. I was like, you know what? I've been humbled right now.
Ooh, OK, Roisin, you are up. OK, so let's see who's asking the first questions. It could be the guy who looks like the fucking Chucky from Goosebumps. Oh, it is! It's Jimmy Carr. Jimmy, have you got nowhere else to be? You're just asking big questions. What is your question, please?
OK, Roisin, you're so talented, you're so funny, you're so lazy. Why have you not done a big tour? Go on tour.
Oh, so why have you
done
not
a
gone
tour?
on tour? But remember, you can reply or deny. Oh, we got Jimmy again.
Double Jimmy.
Double Jimmy, I'm sorry. Could you tell us how cool and stylish you were when you met Brandon Flowers?
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh. Who are you going to reply and who are you going to deny?
I'm going to deny first Jimmy and go to Jimmy the sequel.
Yeah, OK.
I met Brandon Flowers at a house party that Jimmy had. I was drunk.
Yeah?
So...
No, but how
You're
drunk are we talking, though?
I was just a bit talking in tongues drunk, you know?
Okay.
How you doing, you all right? We're in the flat.
Oh, that drunk.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and I was very nice to him, very complimentary. So what I think I'm saying is, oh, I really love the Killers and blah, blah, but obviously what he's hearing is, now she you think that, oh my God, like that for ages.
Yeah.
And then he just went, do you want to have a photo? And I went to the photo booth and they had a photo. And I was like, oh my God, he must have really liked me. Like, we had a photo, we must be friends.
Mm.
And then the next day, I was speaking to Jimmy about something, and Jimmy said, oh yeah, you know famous people when they want to shut people up. And he wasn't even talking about Brandon Flowers. He said, they just say, do you want a photo? Because that ends the conversation. I was like, oh my God.
But hold on. Jimmy's got a fucking photo booth in his house. What?
Hey,
It was for a party. It was someone's birthday, I think.
I also heard that you got a Starbucks in your house.
that is also true, yeah.
What?
A Starbucks.
I need to start dodging this tax, boy. What the... Now, David, we can't have you out here without talking about Little Britain. Oh, my gosh. Can I ask you something, yeah? Because I have a character. Now, my character's like a geezer. Captain Cairns going Barbados. I'm ready for when people shout the characters at me. How are you with it? Because you must get it like 10,000 times more.
Well, yeah, I mean, since the show started, which was in 2003 on the television.
Wow.
Yeah,
Before I was born.
Not quite. But, I mean, obviously it happens every day. So every time I ask for a receipt or something like that, someone always goes, computer says no. And I have to go, oh! Like I've never, ever heard it before. It's wonderful that people still know it and people seem to still like it.
And that computer says no. Would you say that your most iconic character that people always relate to you with?
I suppose so. That one gets quoted a lot. Bitty as well gets quoted a bit. I mean...
I'm breastfeeding at the moment, and Ian once said it, and I was like, fuck off.
Yes, the bitty...
It was a very conflicting evening.
Yeah.
It might well have happened in my life.
Is this a girlfriend? Someone you were dating?
Yeah, it was someone I was dating at the time.
Yeah.
Someone gave me, like, a Viagra tablet.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, oh, you should try this.
Mate, you
like,
should try some of these, mate.
try
You've got a
some-
bird in there. A couple of these in there, geezer.
And I was like, yeah, OK. I was like, I was quite young, I was naive. And so I did it. And the worst thing as well, I downed a Red Bull with it.
Oh,
So I was just, there was so many emotions.
Viagra and Red Bull.
There was a Viagra
Your
Red
dick
Bull.
almost flew off, bruv. Wings, literally. Must have been an angry dick. Must have looked like the sausage.
Yeah. It looked just like that. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And then there was, you know, particular sort of... It didn't happen that evening. It wasn't going to happen that evening. We ended up watching, like, this really dark documentary, and it was... I did it with full boner, and it was not enjoyable for anyone. I wasn't enjoying it. It was horrific, but you know what? It actually made it easier for the laptop to be watched.
Oh